Welcome back.
Welcome back to episode number 4. We're going to do something a little different in this episode, but I think it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about some current events that are happening.
Why are you talking?
I don't know.
Are you a news recorder?
Maybe. And something that is like all over TikTok and is like big right now.
All over the news. All over everything.
All over the news, all over everything. But we're going to talk about
Miss, I can't even say her name.
Sudiksha, but we're going to call her Sue.
Yeah, we're going to call her
My
Sue.
girl Sue.
Because I'm not trying to... I feel like everybody already kind of knows the backstory of this. She's a 20-year-old Pittsburgh university student who went to Punta Cana.
Yeah.
For spring break. It was her and her 5 other friends.
She went missing.
So we're just going to kind of go on, like, the timeline of things. And just, like, kind of talk about what our standpoint of, like, and our, like,
our
views of everything is.
Our narration of the story.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, March 2nd, Sue and her friends arrive in Punta Cana.
Woohoo, spring break.
March 5th, they went to a nightclub, so they were there for, like, 3 days already.
Probably just, like, doing their thing.
Yeah.
They're
fucking 20-year-olds.
underage. They're able to drink legally. Probably just going hard, having a good time.
Enjoying, yeah. So, March 6th, this is the day she goes missing. 4:15 a.m., there's shown on surveillance footage of her drinking in the lobby of a hotel with 2 men. At 4:55, went to the beach shortly after. At 5:55 a.m., footage of 2 friends and 1 man leaving the beach. 8:55 a.m., Josh leaves beach alone. 12 hours later, her friends report her missing. I'm just confused because if you, like, think about it, like, they never identified the other guy that they were with.
No, and they never, like, reveal the name of her friends.
Like, that's sketchy.
Which is, I mean, obviously, I guess, like, the people who were there, like, know who they are. And 12 hours is when, like, you're somewhere you don't know.
It's, like, a while. And, like, 12 hours here is, like, a normal because you have to, there's a certain time frame you have to report somebody missing. So,
yeah,
like, you can't just report somebody missing if you haven't seen them for 4 hours. Like, you know what I mean? There's a certain time frame in the U.S. of a missing person. But, like you said, when you're in a fucking tropical destination, like, foreign country, and you don't know where your friend is, you're going to report them missing as soon as possible.
Yeah, like...
But, like, also, we don't know the back steps of what was going on behind it. Because they definitely could have known, like, where the fuck Sue, yada yada, like, don't know. Yeah, like... Yeah. But, and then, like, how do you go about that when you're in a foreign country? Like, do you call what? Who do you call? Exactly. Like,
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, literally. Like, you just don't know how to go about that in a foreign country.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I'm sorry, but, like, if I'm here and, like, you go missing, like, okay, like, is your normal not okay, but, like,
okay.
You know what I mean.
No, I know.
Like,
if I don't hear from you for, like,
okay, like, maybe you're just sleeping, like, da-da-da, but if you're somewhere, you don't know where you are, and you're supposed to be at a certain place, and you're not there, and I have your phone, what's going on?
Where is she? I'm sorry, but I'm not letting any of my friends just leave with a random man.
No. I'm sorry, like, I don't know. Like, especially in today's day and age, like, you don't go anywhere without a friggin' phone.
Yeah, like, no.
Like, a phone is your best friend.
Literally.
Like, you do everything with your phone.
Everything.
So I think those are just bad friends, in my opinion.
Me too. I think they're bad friends too, in my opinion. Unless, like, they just didn't realize they had her phone. So, like, I could see that. But, like, no, ma'am.
No.
Taking your damn phone. March 13, Joshua and friends and family speak out, saying that he wouldn't hurt a fly.
Well, clearly, your family's going to say you're not going to hurt a fly. Like, that's what Brian Laundrie's family did. They friggin' let him just poof off in the wind.
Exactly, and that's the same thing with fucking Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
As this man had a fucking wife and kid at home and fucking killing bitches. It's also released that he has a girlfriend, which is so random.
Like, why is it... And, like, I didn't know that until I looked earlier in depth to, like, get an exact timeline for today. And, like, it literally just, like, was
Just
plopped
randomly.
and that was it, and we don't hear about it again. Nor do I think many people even know this. Like, who is she? What's her name? What does she have to say about this?
Exactly. Like, if that, like... And, like, the thing is, too, like, why wasn't she on spring break? Or was she on spring break with him? Because it's also released that his phone was with his friends. So maybe she was with on spring break and he didn't want her to know
Like,
where
why
he was.
are all these people letting their friends go places without phones?
I don't know.
When you're in Punta Cana.
Fucking idiots. So we now know there was footage of them at a bar before the beach.
You didn't see it, right?
I didn't see it.
So
No.
it's like, obviously, okay, you are in Punta Cana. You can drink at 18. She's only 20. He's 22, so like he's drank, but her. So obviously, when you're going out somewhere and you can drink at the age of 18, you're going hardcore. So you see them in the video. I don't know if it was simultaneously, and at this point, I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that they did not know each other at this point, because like he's on one side of the bar with his friends and she's on the other side of the bar with her friends.
Yeah.
You see him like walk off the patio of like over
need to
there
see
and
this
throw
video.
up. And then you see her go off and throw up. So clearly they were both blacked out.
Yeah, fucked up. So, yeah. Stupidity right there is honestly what it is. He's still not listed as a suspect as of March 13th.
And going back to that, if her friends went with them to the beach, and you know your friend was throwing up earlier in the night, why are you leaving her alone with a random man without her phone?
Exactly.
Like, what?
Doesn't make sense. March 14th, Joshua completes a 4-hour interview, refuses to answer 8 of the questions out of the 50 questions. And the questions were that he did not respond to were, how can we verify that everything you're saying is true? What did you tell your friend when he asked about the missing girl? What did you think about Sue's disappearance? Did Sue know how to swim or not? Do you remember if Sue made any gestures or screamed while in the sea? Did you inform the authorities or hotel about what happened with you and the girl on the beach? Did you tell your friend about what happened between you and the girl on the beach? And how did you feel about the situation? That's just guilty written across your forehead, even if you're not, because you didn't answer those questions.
Like, some of them I get, like, can you say, like, whatever, the first one, something about, like, can you say everything is true? Well, like, he doesn't really, like, know, clearly, from his 10 billion stories that he's told.
Yeah, literally.
But, like, why are you not answering them?
It's just sketchy.
Like, I understand lawyers, like, tell you not to, but if you're trying to prove that you are innocent, why are you not answering them? Which also raises red flags in my head.
Me too.
Like, if you aren't answering them, you knew or you know what happened that night, and you're not saying it.
Yeah, there's just so much, like, iffiness to it that it's just not even funny. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's sketchy. Okay, he did give a lot of unknown info, such as they didn't know each other. They were staying at the same resort. They're on the way to the beach. Sue was giving him kisses on the beach. You have a girlfriend. Went in the water together as her...
But that's another thing. Clearly, they were both trying to have, like, a spring break fling.
Yeah.
So, like,
as any
they
spring
knew what
break
was trying
kid.
to happen.
Yeah. Went into the water together as her two friends stayed on shore. Big wave hit as they were talking, and there were red flags in water indicating to not swim.
Then why are you in that water?
I can't talk. Literally, why? Why? That's asking for you to die. And what if you did?
And, like,
stupid.
Once again, it comes back to these friends. Why are you letting your highly intoxicated friend go into the ocean where there is flags clearly stating, do not go in?
Exactly. Like, you're just stupid. Stupid.
Oh my god.
Water pulled them further into sea. When they surfaced, they tried to call for help, and no one was there. I'm just confused at how randomly you two just, like, went underwater and the two other friends just dipped. I don't think the two other friends were there. That's what I'm thinking.
But on the video, it shows them all. Maybe they actually never fully, like, went. You know, like, how, like, you go to, I don't know how Punta Cana beaches, I've never been there. But you know, like, usually how, like, you go to a beach and, like, you walk up and then, like, it stops and you gotta go down, like, steps or, like, a hill and then it goes into the beach. So, like, maybe they just walked down to, like, the entrance area with them, but didn't actually go down.
Yeah. See, so what I remember from...
And, like, where are the friend statements in this?
Exactly.
Of what took place on the beach?
Exactly. When I went to Mexico, so you walked from, like, this little back path, and then you walked onto the beach, and there was, like, the stands with food, and then there was all these chairs, and you kept walking, and then it was the ocean.
So, yeah, so, like, maybe they just went to that area, but, like, just going back to what I just said, where are the friend statements of what took place? Because the story is that they were all at the beach together at one point.
Wait, yeah, so
what is their story?
That
Like, were they even interviewed?
I don't think so. Yeah. At this time, they were getting tired. He states it took him a long time to get her out, and that he was previously a lifeguard at a pool, but not for the ocean, so he couldn't breathe properly, and swallowed a lot of water, and could have lost consciousness. I'm sorry. If you're fucking unconscious, how are you pulling yourself out of the fucking water at another person? Somebody explain that to me.
Yeah, like, if you're unconscious, how, or you're saying you could have, first of all, how do you not know if you're conscious or not?
Exactly.
Second of all,
I keep yawning, I don't know why.
how do you save, like, I'm not, like, body shaming anybody or anything, but, like, somebody in their 20s is over, like, 115 pounds.
Yeah, and, like,
if you're unconscious, how are you pulling all of that weight out of rough waves?
Doesn't make sense. Doesn't. When she reached land, she collected her belongings because the water moved them. But they found her belongings. Sketchy right there.
Wait, and didn't earlier he just say his one story was that they got out of the water, she collected her belongings and left?
That's what I'm talking about. She got her belongings because the water moved them. His first story, it said... Oh, it was just, No, she was walking knee-deep in the ocean when they got out. That's what he first said.
So now she made it fully out and grabbed her belongings.
But they found her belongings. He asked if she was okay, but didn't hear her answer because he was vomiting from all the water swallowed when done. He looked around and didn't see anyone, so he thought she left.
So you're telling me, if you just saved somebody from drowning while you were, quote-unquote, unconscious, you started throwing up, asking her if she was okay.
Didn't hear anything.
Looked up, didn't see her, and said, peace out, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, because then he was tired, so he went to bed and woke up the next morning, went back to his friend's room to get his phone, and then back to his room. See? No phone for him.
I'm sorry, but if I was this big hero who just saved someone...
It's energy. Like, what is it called? Fuck.
Adrenaline.
Adrenaline. You
like, I'm getting up, Sue, like, where are you? And then, like, I'm walking. I'm sure that, like, the hotel room wasn't that far from where he was.
No. Like, usually the beach is literally, like, right there.
Like, I'm walking back and, like, figuring out where she went. I'm not just saying, okay, good night.
Yeah, no.
Like, bro, what?
He states that
I'm sorry, at that point, also, that'll sober you up like that.
Literally. Like that. I don't know. He states he thought he would see her around because they were staying at the same hotel. His friends asked if they seen her, and he said no, that he thought she went to her room. Whatever. March 15th, Joshua was detained and under irregular conditions, continued in-depth interviews. March 16th, footage of Sue and Joshua was released from them both getting sick at the bar prior to going to the beach. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Images of her flip-flops and cover-ups are released in what she was wearing the night of disappearance.
It still bothers me that they have not said how they met.
Well, they kind of did.
But there's no, like, exact information.
When,
all that how, stuff, like, yeah. Like, did they meet right after they were both puking at the bar at that point where they're already blacked out?
Or were they?
Or did they meet a couple days prior? And they're like, oh, hey, remember me from so-and-so? Like,
yeah. There could be so many different...
They never clarify that either.
No. March 17th, officials say next step is to release an arrest warrant. Joshua's passport has been confiscated, still considered a missing person and not a crime.
I mean, at this point, you're like 11 days after the fact.
It's, yeah,
like, if you have no evidence by then,
days.
like, you're not getting evidence.
No. March 18th, parents want Sue to be declared deceased.
I'm sorry, but like, what parents want their child to be declared dead? Like, there is people who go centuries still holding onto a little glimpse of hope
that their kid
is alive. Why are you wanting your daughter to be declared dead.
Literally.
It doesn't make sense.
No. They say that there's no foul play detected in her passing. Parents state Joshua was the last one to see Sue alive, and he has been fully cooperative. Authorities believe that she had drowned, but will not rule out foul play, which I'm happy they're still not ruling out foul play.
I'm not even related to this girl, and I'm pissed off by his stories. How are these parents literally, like, basically calling him a quote-unquote hero? But he has literally had, like, 7 different stories leading up to this point and would not answer all of the questions in the in-depth interview.
It just doesn't make sense to me. Joshua's father showed up to hearing, saying that he will not leave without his son returning to the U.S. His lawyer states he has been fully cooperative, and he even spoke to Sue's parents, and her parents thanked him for saving her. Like, what? My parents would fucking bash her head in and be like, you killed my fucking daughter. Where is she? What happened?
Or not even that. It was... She's still technically a missing person. So how do you save somebody that's missing?
Yeah, literally.
And don't I just think about
I also think too, like her parents are immigrants, so they just might not know. Like, maybe they just don't want to go through all this. I don't know. Like, it's just sad.
I'm sorry, but you do not wish your daughter is dead if there's 1, no body, and 2, you don't call the person who last seen her with 7 different stories who don't add up and call him a damn hero.
Fucking hero, yeah. I don't know. Joshua states his phone was taken without permission, and a shouting match broke out between the officials and his followers. Court tried to say they couldn't verify that was his follower, which
is a bunch of BS. Like, clearly, if somebody's getting this angry and, like, this heated over something, how are you going to say it's not his damn dad? Go on damn fucking Facebook and look at pictures.
Ancestry.com. A fucking birth certificate. The law in the area states you can only detain somebody for 48 hours. Court went to recess, and the judge left. Judge returned and states that Joshua is free to return to the U.S. As of today, she's still considered a missing person, and he's most likely back in Minnesota.
Yeah, like, at that point, it's just going to be another unresolved story.
Yeah, 100%. It's always going to be an unresolved case. Like, that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. There's just so many parts of his story that don't make sense.
No, there's a lot of them that I'm just like, that doesn't add up.
But also,
that's not normal.
Apparently there was a guy who's like a native there who said that with the way the water is or something, like, if she did drown,
the way the ocean is, like,
her body would have washed up by now.
Yeah.
Or I saw something saying how, like, you can dig a hole in, like, 20 minutes with the way, like, the sand is, and because he's an athlete, like, he could have definitely did it. Like, do we know for a fact if they, like, scanned the beach for, like, anything?
I don't know. That's a good question. Because it's definitely a lot easier to bury somebody in the sand than it is in dirt. I just think it's going to end up being, like, case closed. Like, he's back in the U.S. They're not detaining him anymore in Mexico. So, wait, Punta Cana in Mexico or the Dominican Republic?
I think Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic. No, I think Punta Cana's in Mexico.
I don't know. But it's just, like, how... At this point... You have...
Oh, it is in the DR. Sorry, guys. I keep saying Mexico. It's the DR. Wow.
But, like, you have gone through all this shit so far. Why are you not just saying what really happened? Like, here's my theory. I think there's 2 things that could have happened.
You know what? Hold on. You keep going.
One thing. I think that they were obviously both very intoxicated.
Do you know what Rio they were at?
One in Punta Cana.
There's... Okay.
But they're both very intoxicated. I think when you're drunk, like, okay, you want to do anything sounds fun. I think they went into the water. I do think they ended up getting, it was rough. There was clearly no swim flags. I think they got taken into the ocean. I think while they were there, they got separated from each other. He was able to make his way out, and I think she drowned.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened. And I think, so that's my one theory. My other theory is that he saved her while he was quote-unquote unconscious.
I still don't get that.
They made it out of the water. She collected her stuff, went back to the room, and I think she got kidnapped and is now being sex trafficked.
See, the thing is, it's really hard to get on a resort like that without a wristband. That's the only thing. where I'm like, I don't know if that.
I don't know. I think theory 1 is, like, pretty spot on. But I do still think it's theory 2 sometimes.
There's fucking 6 Ryus in Punta Cana, so I don't know which one it is. Because I was going to try to look at pictures to see how the beach was. Like,
but also, that's another thing. I saw another video somebody posted. They were at the same resort they were. It wasn't, like, the same exact time. I think it was, like, last June. But, about, like, what the scenery on the beach is at that time. And there was people out there. So if they were quote-unquote screaming and everything else,
somebody would have
heard them.
And, like, too, like, when I went to Mexico, like, there was people out and about. And, like, I think the sun rises earlier there because there is a time difference than here.
Yeah.
At least in Mexico there was. So, like, there definitely had to have been, like, it wasn't, like, pitch black outside, but it was definitely, like, sun was about to start rising.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, too, there's lights, so many lights all around resorts.
Yeah.
So, like, if somebody heard you screaming, and it's, like, usually it's just, like, a flat thing, and it's a resort, like, beach chairs and shit, and then the fucking resort. So, like, somebody, even if their hotel was, like, backed up to the fucking water, somebody should have heard them if they were screaming that fucking
point,
loud.
People are waking up in the morning, even
Exactly.
if they're getting coffee or, like, anything else. It's
Doesn't
very
make
sketchy.
sense.
I really am convinced she drowned. He knows it. And
But
he's just not saying anything.
Which is stupid because, like,
And not
she
even
drowned.
that. Like, if you knew that happened,
That's fucked.
why are you going to go to bed on a friggin' chair? Why are you not going back and at least telling your friend what happened?
Or, like, going to the fucking hotel concierge and be like, listen, a girl just drowned out there. But then they're going to be like, you're a fucking idiot for going in with the red flags.
But, like, at that point, like, just have some human decency.
Yeah.
Don't, like, drag it on almost 20 days later.
Yeah, like, just
And
be
you
like,
friggin' have to go through all this nonsense of being detained, being stuck in Punta Cana for 2 weeks. Like
yeah, just be like,
why
listen,
put yourself through that?
She drowned. Like, that's all you had to do. I don't know why I didn't tell anybody. Blah, blah, blah. Like.
And, like, at that point, like, this case could have been completely different and he could have been found guilty.
Yeah.
For something that was a true innocent accident.
Yeah.
So why are you going to put yourself through that?
And it's still, like, technically not closed.
And I think you have a good point. I don't think it's ever going to be closed.
I don't think it either.
I think it's just going to remain open for years and years and years to come. Which, I mean, like, it really is in reality, like, really sad. Like, they were just trying to have a good time on vacation for a spring break. And
Agreed, and then it just
she ends up
turned into
freaking dying. But, like, I don't know. There's just so many different flaws within the story. I'm just, like, I don't understand. Like, one, Joshua, like, you're just, like, I'm sorry,
stupid.
You know what happened.
whether you say you were unconscious or not, you knew what the fuck happened, because I'm sorry.
Come up with a better story than you were unconscious while saving someone.
I'm sorry, but I feel like if you're about to drown, your fucking soberness goes bye-bye out the window. Like, you're, like,
Yeah.
no.
Like, you don't just do that. And two, her friends.
Yeah, I just want to know what their friends' interview said, because I know they got interviewed. They definitely did.
Yeah, but there's nothing about that.
Might have just not been released or in print information.
And, like, clearly they have, like, video footage of him leaving the beach and the friends leave. She never left that damn beach. Actually, so my theory too goes out the window.
Yeah, it does.
Because there was no footage of her leaving the beach.
I don't know. I still think he killed her somehow. Because if she just drowned, why don't you just say she fucking drowned?
I know, that's, like, what also makes me confused. But then, like, where's her damn body?
Probably in the fucking ocean somewhere.
Oh, like, you're saying, like, he killed her on the beach.
Plop.
And then, like, disposed
But then again,
of the
if
body.
you said the native guy, if her fucking body would have washed up, but you never know. I think she's at the bottom of the fucking ocean.
Yeah, one way or another, she's
Yeah,
in
at the
that
bottom.
ocean
She's
somewhere.
in that ocean, because there's no other way. Unless she fucking buried her in the sand.
But, like, you like, they, I don't even, but that's the thing, I don't know if they did. Like, they should have dug up that whole entire damn beach.
Yeah. Wild!
I don't know. It just, R.I.P. Sue. Moment of silence for Sue.
I fucking hate you. Oh my god. Dude, that is fucking terrible. Like, you're 20 years old, going to spring break, like, I think you're about to have the best time of your life, and you just don't come home. It's like fucking a nightmare.
Left the chat. Sue has left the chat.
Harley Ray.
No, it is.
Sue has left the chat. Like, what, bro? What?
It is really sad, but I don't know. He really pisses me off. Now he's going to go and live. He knows what happened to her. And now he's going to go and live his best life. And now he's
literally
like famous off of this.
Literally famous.
And she's gone. Off with her head.
Not off with her head. That's a little morbid.
He could have took her head off. You don't know. And he doesn't want to tell us.
I think if he were to... oh, well, the ocean's right there. Fucking weapon.
Clean up.
Yo, you're thinking way too deep. I don't think he did all that nonsense.
I don't know. The story will... What's your theory? Do you have a theory? Oh, your theory is he killed her.
I think he killed her. I think she or him... I think he tried to canoodle her. Canoodle! Tried to make a move on her. I think she found out he had a girlfriend. She said no. Fucking drowned her. I do think they were skinny dipping.
You're like stuck on the skinny dipping thing.
Because I'm so confused on how this bitch... So she's butt-ass naked in the water. Dead. She's butt-ass naked. She drowned. They just don't take your... The ocean doesn't say, here you go, here's your clothes back, and leave some on the beach. What? No! They were either skinny dipping, or they had sex on the beach, and they went into the water after.
Yeah.
And there's no way to know if they had sex because they don't have a body. And it's too fucking late now to even do any of that. They did find her body.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just curious to see
what actually comes out of this.
Yeah, which I don't... Now that he's back in the U.S., I don't think anything's going to come out of it. We're just not going to hear about it ever again. But, like, what if, like, magically her body just, like, friggin' shows up?
What if she just magically shows up?
She's like, hey, guys, I actually didn't leave the chat. Someone added me back in.
What? What's up with the fucking chat? I'm cracking up. That's funny, though.
But, yeah. That's our take on Sue.
Sue and this craziness.
Yeah. But, I don't know, this was kind of fun. We should do more current events.
We should. More like murder mysteries. I like murder mysteries.
Well, I don't want more people to go missing.
No, but...
Well, apparently, maybe we can do something about, like, the Idaho murders, because it's all coming back up again.
Yeah, because he's going to trial right now.
Yeah.
And we could talk about Gabby Petito, too, because of the documentary.
Yeah, we're just going to have a new, like, murder series.
Yeah. Every couple weeks.
But...
we don't have any questions, so make sure you go and ask us questions, because we need more questions to answer.
Yeah, and let us know your theory
on this
Sue.
Whole
on our
thing.
bestie Sue.
Also, just a fair warning, we had to retake this 3 times today.
Yeah, sorry guys, my phone storage went back up. It's all the damn cheerleading videos, because I have all the full outs are on my phone. But I think I just deleted some of them. Whoops.
Do you need them?
No.
So, yeah, what the fuck, delete them?
Yeah, I just did.
I go back after the season's over and I delete them all.
I need to. I still have videos on my phone from like 2020.
Yeah, what? Girl, bye. Leave the chat.
Okay, we are now leaving the chat. Bye.
Bye.